The US casino industry makes over 50 billion a year. The largest casino in the world is the WinStar World Casino in Oklahoma, in which in addition to thousands of games, there are huge restaurants, 3 towers with over 1,400 luxury rooms, a golf club, shops, gyms, swimming pools, and many other recreational activities. How they afford to accommodate you in such luxury is the question we will answer in today's episode of Betting Rooms channel. But before that, who are we? We are a company that helps you invest and earn from sports betting. Profitability is high, almost every money is earned, but behind these profits there is an active activity that you have to put in, namely to play as quickly as possible the predictions that you receive in our Telegram groups. We will not mention against the hundreds of satisfied customers we have and the other successes of our business, because we are in a hurry to share the top content with you in today's video. So going back to the question, how do casinos make money? Our short answer is that they simply take a commission from the spins that are spun on each game. You don't play against the casino, you play against the other players, and the casino takes money from the total amount that is spun. Most jackpots don't come from the casino, but from other people's losses. The role of the casino is simply to bet as much money as possible. In 2015, CNN reported that some casinos are not doing as well as expected, simply because there are fewer people to gamble in them. Because people go to cities like Las Vegas for the reason that they have more fun. But let's now forget about all the people, all the money you might spend on the food, drinks, shows, and whatever else is in offer, and just concentrate on the gambling. The casino always has a statistical advantage. Otherwise, they wouldn't offer you to bet. This is called house edge. As with sports betting, it all comes down to probabilities. Imagine that I have dice and I offer you a bet of $10. If you guess your number, I pay you $50. Let's assume we have a fair chance, so on average, each number comes up as often as any other. This means that theoretically, if you place 6 bets, you will win once and take the price of $50. But you will have bet $60 and so I will with $10 profit. This is how gambling works as a business, but with real dice instead of theoretical ones. It's always possible on any bet that you win and take my money, but I know that the more bets I take, the closer the outcome will be to the theoretical average, as you know, the law of large number, and I will make my margin just like a dice bet. This is the law of probability in action. If you look at the slot machine, for example, a person can make a big profit with a small bet, but the machine ends up having a percent of what it pays out, the payout ratio. This is often a payout rate of around 90%. It will always keep some money for itself. It's very simple. What happens to our brains, however, is less simple. Gamblers have been proven to play faster when they lose because they expect the big win to come next time. What this slot machine do to keep us playing is to offer us what are called near misses, or in sports betting, missing a match from the accumulator tips. In their head, the player sees this is almost a win, they get a dopamine rush and keep playing. Scientists tell us what happens in our brains with these near misses is almost the same as what happens when we actually win. While we are doing it, it's exciting, but when we empty our pockets, it's depressing. These machines are designed in a way to give us small wins often, and this makes the player feel like they are winning. Lights with flash, during these wins, music will play, and the player ends up thinking that something good has happened. The machine's payouts are based on thousands, if not millions, of spins, so don't think that just because someone has lost a fortune, you will do better. In conclusion, slot machines like mobile phones are made to be addictive and always get their percentage if you haven't hacked them. Let's move on the roulette. Okay, so you have taken advantage of the free buffet, you have eaten the foods that makes you tired and slow your thinking, and your concentration isn't what it used to be. Plus you have been showed with these free drinks the casino is hoping you get. And so this money exchange for chips goes into the so-called drop box, or the most community used drop. The casino has a player edge of 5.26%. On the roulette table there are even and odd numbers, black and red colors, but there is also green 0 and sometimes another green 00. This makes the odds worse for you because casino gives you $36 per no number, and the numbers are 38 with the zeros. Every 100 spins on average you will pay this 5.26%, or simply put, there are 2 bets in favor of the house. Since the casino always has the advantage, they will win, but they don't want to bankrupt you too quickly, so it takes time. If you consider this after the percentage mentioned, it means that for every $1 million bet, the casino will take about $50,000. It gets more complicated, although you might be thinking, well, 5% loss, that's not so bad. So if you sit down with $100, you will probably walk away with about 95 if the law of average comes into play. But things are not exactly like that. Let's say you place a bet of $5 on each spin of the wheel, and the wheel spins about 50 times per hour, meaning that in 1 hour you bet $250. You don't lose every time, of course. After 4 hours, the betting turnover is equal to about $1,000. The casino takes 5% of all money wagered, which means you didn't lose $5 but $50. The more you play, the more you lose. By continuing to gamble, you will end up with nothing, and that is how you will walk away. You might want to leave, but you hear, hey, don't leave, good on you. Adding to the drinks you get, the dopamine gets higher and you just stay. That's what the casino is hoping for anyway. If you make a big profit, get out as fast as you can. The house edge of roulette is quite high, so while you are having fun, it may not be the best game for you. The edge on slot machines is very high, over 10%, so you should stay away from this as well. There's a reason they were once known as the one-armed bandits. Keno and bingo games are also terrible for gamblers, with a house edge of 25%. You have the best chance of winning with blackjack or craps games with a 0.8% house edge, and baccarat with 1.6%. Learning the right strategies to play these games, all of which are available online and easy to understand, will be the house edge. If you are not the smartest gambler out there and you don't follow any strategy, the house edge increases in proportion to the proper functioning of the brain cells in your head. We have to say that due to existence of house edge at all, in the end, if you keep playing the casino, we'll take everything. But let's talk about blackjack. The problem here is that some players are just playing bad, and with a bad strategy, as we just said, it can be costly. Often this increases the house edge by 2 to 3%, and this is not unusual. So learn your strategy well. With a good one and good luck on your side, a 0.5% house edge looks a lot better than other games. Poker is a little different, of course. In the case, the casino takes what is called the rake. It's pretty simple. The casino takes a percentage of the pot anywhere between 2.5 to 10% of the pot. But sometimes there is just a flat amount that you can pay for your seat at the table, or pay hourly or every 30 minutes. There are other more criminal ways for casinos to make money, perhaps by circulating beautiful women around whom men want to impress them. Then, as we said earlier, sometimes there is free alcohol. It cannot be understood what more gin and tonic does to one strategy, as people simply forget about the consequences of losing when they are in the midst of drinking Jack Daniels with Coca-Cola. Some casinos are even laid out so that the exits are not easy to find, and even if you notice the sign, there will be the tables or something in your way before you get to that exit, which may make you think you can win a little money back. And on the top of the many casinos will not have clocks to keep you focused on the game and not the time. A former dealer writing online who once worked at one of Nevada's biggest casinos also says he was trained to exploit players' psychological weaknesses. In one of his texts, he says, "I choose to live because games exploit the negative characteristics of human nature to get the most out of every customer as fast and as often as possible." Because, as we said at the beginning, some people just go to places like Las Vegas on a trip, and the casinos would even charge them for the drinks because they know they might not come back. They also do things like hold conventions, charge more for rooms, for food, or even for parking spaces. And at the end of the video, in order not to miss online casinos, we will say that they replace free drinks, for example, by offering different types of bonuses to attract and retain players. Some of these bonuses include sign-up bonus, free spins, deposit, cashback, and loyalty bonuses. These bonuses usually make players stay and spend more money in the long run. And so at the end of the day, we can't change gambling, but we can teach you how to lose less or even win if you make your goal. Our site gives people a chance to win from sports betting, benefiting from the predictions of professionals. We will not lie that you make a lot of money in a short time, but looking at the results of the customers, you can make a lot of money if you are loaded with patience because the results don't come immediately.